You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and oh my goodness, we're hot this morning, we're hot this evening, we're hot whatever time it is that you're getting a chance to watch the Talk Beat Jones. That's right, the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones and want to thank you for being here today, whatever time, whatever day, because people are sharing the program. People are saying, have you seen this show? Have you watched this guy? Have you watched this panel? Have you listened to the things that they're saying? It is the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, we're on the air every Wednesday. The time is from 10 a.m. until 11. And we want you to understand, we're on the Roku, the Amazon, just say all of the streaming devices. We're there on the Watkins Broadcasting Channel. Before I get started, I want to do this, and I'm going to do it again before I go to commercial break, but I want to start off with this. Special announcement. We are asking our viewing and listening audience to tune in this Sunday, September the 12th at 12 noon to the TV show, A Spiritual Discussion hosted by the Son of Man, to hear Mario Willis speak live from behind prison walls proclaiming his innocence. View via our app, WHPR TV Now. 313 Watkins.com, channel 15.2, Roku, and on YouTube.com, New Nation of Islam. Call in are welcome. So you can just call in and talk, ask questions, make your comments. The number to call, 601-909-9135. The access code 258055. Now, I know you didn't have your pen or you didn't do the little thing with your fingers in your computer, so I'm going to give it to you again, the numbers, because we want you to sincerely be with us on Sunday. That number, 601-909-9135. The access code 258055. For more information, log on to Justice. Let me just spell the whole thing. J, write it down. Come with me. Don't get slow. Come with me. JUSTICEFORMarioWillis.com. JusticeForMarioWillis.com. Sunday. We want you to make sure you tell your friends. That's Sunday, September the 12th, from 12 noon to the TV show, A Spiritual Discussion hosted by the Son of Man. This program this morning, of course, it is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones, and I have a guest from somewhere. Caller, you're on the air, you're on the line. Talk to me.
Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Sounds like Mr. Leo Barzil. Is that you?
Leo Bazil.
Oh,
Yes,
Bazil.
sir.
Bazil with the B. B-A.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Mr. Leo Brazil, I want you to understand. I'm going to joke with you real quickly, family, but before I do that, family, we want you to make sure that you share the program, talk to your friends, and let them know that they can call. The numbers will be on the screen. We're going to put the numbers there, and we will take them off, so we want you to write them down. I'm going to give them to you as they're listed. 313-868-4336 and 313-868-0351 and 313-868-0342. Those are the numbers to call, and you can get in, you can join us, you can say what things that's on your mind, things that Leo may say, I may say, someone else may call. Hopefully maybe Michelle Broton may call in, and you can talk with her as well. But again, this is back to school time. Leo, what is the thinking in Oakland, California about the return to full in-class schooling?
Well, everybody wants the schools to open because the economy needs the workers back on the line, and many of them are stuck at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a big thing from the beginning here was how do we keep those children in school? I personally think they kept them in too long, and they're keeping them in there too long now with this disease now spreading among children. We ought to see the handwriting on the wall. We need to back off.
So we are in a situation where people are excited about about having the children back in the schools, and we are concerned because right now we are hearing about some schools that have tried it and they're having to back off of it. So it's a bad situation that we're going through, and using your background as a community leader, person that looked into the future back in the day, where do you see us headed with the children, with the education of our children? We've lost a lot of intellect. And when I say intellect, because children were not able to be properly schooled last year, per se. They said that the children said it was not working for them. What are your thoughts, Mr. Leo Brazil?
Well, again, all of this is first instance stuff, and so we don't have any experience with any of this, and it's unfortunate that we have to go through this to be able to figure out what to do. But we know that from the experience that we had, we didn't have vaccinations. We said we needed a vaccine. In the meantime, 300,000 people were dying. We finally got a vaccine. Then what happened? People said, well, I don't know if I trust it. And so here we are in this phase right now where the majority of the people have gotten their shots, but those who haven't are showing up. And where are they showing up? Again, the data is coming out of the South. It's coming out of certain states like Texas and Florida and Mississippi and everything. And what is the correlation with those states? These are the places where people haven't got the shots, but the spike is happening there. Mm-hmm. Now, when we were going through this phase, to get to here, the whole time we were trying to keep the children in school as much as we possibly could. But some people said, no, we're going to pull the children out and mask up everybody so that we don't hurt the seniors. But here we are now where we're seeing the data is coming up and there's a spike. And where's the spike? Not with the people who are taking the shots, but with the people who haven't, but also now with the children. It's starting to show up with the children who had not been vaccinated previously. Problem is, you can't have an experimental group of children aside so you can test the vaccine about 30 or 40,000 times on them, like you can with adults, because you can get prisoners and other people to volunteer. So that makes it harder with the children. But we are seeing the data that children are getting sick. So the first thing Leo Brazil says is, I'm not sending my children to school. I don't care what you say about masks and all these other things they're arguing about. I'm not sending my child.
Now,
So we're going to
wait,
have to see how that works out, because a lot of people are going to be of the mindset that I am.
hold on just a moment. Let me give something, because for the folks who don't know you, they don't know that you are a senior and
78 years old.
78 years of age, and you have your children are grown men.
Yes, sir.
And but uh, do you and your guys talk about the situation at all, or is there a difference of opinion between them and you?
Yeah, we had our different opinion like most families. I had taken a shot. I was vulnerable. I got underlying things like diabetes, and so I'm vulnerable. So my oldest son, he says, "Okay, Dad, I'll go get the shot, even though I don't, necessarily believe in it, because I want to be safe with you." But I had other family members who said they weren't going to take the shots, and see, that's where we started having our division.
Okay.
But my sons who didn't believe in the shot says no, but I believe in protecting you, Dad, and so I'll take it.
Okay.
So we're all vaccinated and have no problem. In fact, I'm looking to get in the booster line.
Mm-hmm. So we are looking at very closely, real close, because, like you said, the children. It's going to be a different thing once we start hearing from all different areas the results of the schools, and I'm praying that we will not have a situation where we're going to have spikes with our babies. I did watch a program. They had a school that went through the entire school year in class doing their particular procedures, and they had no COVID breakouts, none. We have a situation here real quickly with the high school Renaissance that after a game, players are tested again, and Renaissance had, for those who know Renaissance in Detroit, had approximately 12 players.
Wow.
12 players to test positive. And the thing there was, we got teams that are saying we have our players tested, but you have coaches, you have trainers, you have other folks that are involved with that team that have not taken a shot in the arms. We have the professional team, our Detroit Lions, not Detroit Lions, but Detroit Tigers. We have a pitcher and a pitcher coach, as well as, of course, other folks who are out from contact tracing. And the situation is the players are vaccinated, but not all the coaches. So we're having these, quote, breakthrough situations from folks who are passing the virus to folks who've gotten injections. But the good thing about it is that you get something that you can kind of shake off. But any type of illness is not good. But we are I'm asking you, and I'm asking you, family, when we have a situation, we say, well, got guys and women who are playing for a team, and all of those people are vaccinated, they're taking injections, but we have the coaching staff, we have the other members of the staff who are, for whatever the reasons, are not taking the injections. And then we have a situation on a team, and then we have this thing, contact tracing. Can you explain to us what this contact tracing, or how does that work? Because that is also an inconvenience for folks, I do believe. Do you understand? Can you explain it to us, Leo?
Well, contact tracing is just what it says. They're going to trace the people that you were in contact with. If you come up with the disease, we want to know where you've been, because first of all, we want to know, did you get it from where you've been, that we can track them down, or did you bring it to where you've been and give it to somebody else? So we want to be able to contact those persons to let them know that you've been in contact with Billy Jones, and Billy Jones has the bug, and you may go and you should go and get you a test to make sure you don't have it. So that's what they mean by contact tracing. Well, in the case of Leo Brazil, I don't see anybody except the postman or maybe my sons. But Billy Jones, you may be out there in community meetings and meeting with people at the radio station and all throughout the building. Well, we got to try to contact those people, or at least let them know that if you were in the vicinity of Billy Jones or you know Billy Jones, go and get yourself tested.
So do you have to go through that process of simply because you were close contact with that person? Do you have to quarantine yourself, or do you have to quarantine yourself?
You have been warned. You have been warned that you have been in contact. There's a possibility. If you don't care and say, "Oh, I'm good with it," leave it be. But if you've been warned that there's a possibility, it would seem to me that would be an incentive enough for a reasonable man to go and get a test to make sure that they don't have it.
I think the key word is reasonable.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this thing we're going through. Mm-hmm. We're finding out in this noble experiment in democracy of self-governing people, we're finding out that if you don't have a government or some kind of overpowering thing that could just clamp down on everybody like they can do in China, you leave it to free-thinking people and everything, we find out that all people are not reasonable, but we're finding out what our grandmother used to tell us is not true.
Okay.
Talk about common sense, we're finding out that the data is showing in America that sense is not common because these people won't even wear masks.
Well, it sounds like it bothers you.
Of course it bothers me. Our nation is at war. 650,000 people dead. That doesn't bother you in 18 months? What kind of, you talk about reasonable? How is that reasonable? How many millions do you need before you finally say, "Hey, man, I think we got a problem here"? This thing just announced that no matter what, there's a new variant coming up, and America has already reached 40 million people that have caught this disease. 40 million. And guess what? We just pulled out of Afghanistan. I don't think there's a problem over in Afghanistan where the people over there. Why then is this thing in the number one most vaccinated and money country, America?
I do not have
going wild here.
I do not have any idea, but I do want to move on. Hold on, please. Caller, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and can I get your first name and your conversation, please?
I am Michelle Broden, and good morning, family.
Oh, Michelle, my heart can come back in my chest, and I was so worried. I was so worried.
I'm so sorry. You know, we're back in the saddle, and they keep flip-flopping our schedule.
And I was so worried, too, because I didn't get a chance to say, "Happy birthday to you." Oh, hold on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wait. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. Tap. Leo.
Yes.
This is, of course, now this is Michelle Broden, the other half of the Talk Beat Jones. I'm Billy, and she's Michelle, and that's the Talk Beat Jones, and we've got our special guest host, Oakland, California, Miss Leo Brazil. Miss Leo Brazil.
Yes, sir.
Michelle's birthday was, what day was that, Michelle?
September the 4th.
And Leo, I didn't get a chance to say, "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear beautiful woman,
Michelle.
Lady. Happy birthday."
Happy birthday to you.
Sing it, Leo.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put that on the YouTube and make a hot hit. It was all to Michelle Broden. And people
trip around the sun.
Oh, yeah. People
Thank you. Happy to be here. Happy to be alive. Everything is good under the sun.
Under the sun. And you had this birthday, and You know, you got that lemon burn. Tell us about
Yes.
that lemon burn. What is that lemon burn doing for you right now?
That lemon burn is working it out. As I would like to share, every day it's either hot, I like it hot, and like a tea, and it's really good. And if I'm in a hurry, I like it cold as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives me energy, and you have to, well, I'm not going to say for you, but those that can, I exercise with it.
Yes.
So now I'm having the energy to exercise.
Well, come on,
because
talk
we
about
were
it.
in the house for so long and couldn't do anything, and scary and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a better outlook, and I can't wait.
And you know what? I'm excited, and I'm excited because what we're going to bring to this family as we're going through this forwardness is health, family. We're going to give you that ability to talk about the various different things and discuss the worldviews, discuss the views that's happening in your community, etc. But one of the one thing that we are going to be emphasizing is taking care and loving you, and not just accepting the fact that you've turned another year older, and that you say, well, age is starting to catch me now. I guess I'm slowing this and slowing that. Well, if you slowed this and slowed that, well, guess what? We're going to restore your energy. We're going to restore your ability to feel good. We're going to restore your desire to want to just be healthy, and doing the one thing that they say, loving yourself. My partner, Michelle, is actually involved. Are you involved, Michelle, with your body, with your love of yourself?
Yes, you have to, because if you don't take care of yourself, those bad energy bugs will take over.
That's right. That's right.
You have to take care of yourself, and then that way, for most of us, then we can afford to take care of the others.
That's right. And
the other loved ones, members in our family, co-workers, our neighbors. But we have to start with us, because nobody's going to take care of us.
And family, for those who don't know, I'm saying these things now because it's going to be happening. I am Billy E. Jones. I've been a fitness master since the 70s, family. And there was a program called DMS, Touch Tone, Tahitian Aerobic Movement for your cardiovascular care. It was created during the time Oakland, California led the nation in the high infant mortality rate. And it was created to help the black women love their bodies, strengthen their bodies, and it worked. Went on to become Joneser-size through taking over Golden Venus Health Club. And with my partner, Michelle, doing what she's doing, we have another product that we will be reintroducing. We will reintroduce this product to you because it is a fantastic product, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to explain to you how it works. And you will be able to order it from anywhere in the world. You will be able to order this product through me. And when I say through me, and when I show the product, family members, you'll say, oh, I know that product. I've been getting it from, and now you can get it from Billy E. Jones, Jones-size, the fitness master. And I'm so excited to have Michelle Broughton, who is a precinct delegate. What is that? Precinct delegate. What is that?
Precinct delegates are voted in office, first of all, by their neighbors in their precinct to represent the area to the elected officials. So your city council, your mayor. We are also the informational highway to let the neighbors know it's time to vote again. These are the issues. Get engaged. If you need help, get you a ride to the polls. And if you have an 18-year-old in the house, how to get them registered. And I have registered many people. So we are involved in our community to make it better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and that's on the political side. And also, I'm doing one more step further. I have 2 other precinct delegates as well, and I am putting on a free workshop to help the people understand how to save their houses from inflated taxes. And the Michigan Tax Tribunal is going to assist me with that. So I'm working in the neighborhood to make it better, to help people stay in homes, and anything that I can do to assist.
Now, here's where I am. My ears was a little stuffy, and I need to hear again the situation that you're doing to help folks do what now again, please?
Stay in their homes, the things that they need to know about being a homeowner and how to appeal your property taxes if they are overinflated. And we have talked in this show about the over taxation of Detroiters in particular.
600 million.
Yes. So, we can keep asking, telling the mayor, hey, give us our taxes back. But in the meantime, I'm going to host the Michigan Tax Tribunal to come and help homeowners learn how to do an appeal to lower their taxes in order to keep their home.
It sounds like you will be able to, you can do that through the process of having yourself and whomever may be assisting you. They can bring that through Talk Beat Jones and work that situation, because we want that information out. We want what you're doing out there. We want folks to know what Michelle Broughton is bringing to the table in this community, because I believe your ceiling for serving this community, we're just starting to tap into you. And the family in this community, Detroit, will find out that jewel that can help this community, that jewel that can help the city of Detroit, her name is Michelle Broughton. Write it down. Michelle Broughton. Leo, we've got planes in Afghanistan with folks on the planes, they say. Is that true, or is that how it works, or am I kind of misreading that?
I'm not aware of what you're talking about right now, Billy, because I'm not following the Afghanistan thing.
Okay, no problem.
Right now, I'm following New Orleans and I'm following COVID.
Okay. Michelle.
Yes.
Have you happened to seen the airplanes on the in Afghanistan that they're trying to get folks out of?
I stopped because the first information was when they were bringing the people Afghanistan to America. Do you know that Detroit is going to get a more than their share, and that we were asked to be hosts, to have them come staying in houses, and the kids that are orphaned, they want us to not adopt them, but be the what do they call those kids? But anyway, the guardians over those children that are orphans now. And all I could think of is in my own community, people do not have housing. People have been flooded out. I know children that tell me they sleep in cars. And I need to help. I feel compassionate for the Afghanistan. But when I walk out of my door on my street in the city of Detroit and drive to my school, there is so much of a need that it seems like we're ignored. So I'm kind of like Leo. I have to focus on what I see that's in front of me. I have to help the kids that are here.
I guess all of us, but I want to bring the conversation. And the conversation that I want to bring is that we have a situation still, a leftover, but it's not leftover because it's people, lives, that are still sitting back there in this political game that they're playing, and got the people sitting on the planes. We've seen the planes from their shots, and they can't get out. That's the situation. They can't get out. And because I don't know what, because we're working on that. We're trying to find out. But I do have a joke real quick, and come back. I'll just say,
Okay.
Donald Trump.
That's terrible, Billy.
Okay,
That's horrible.
okay, here we go. That was my joke. And I meant that because I realized Leo would probably like beat his table. Don't say Donald Trump. But Donald Trump is going to be announcing, doing the commentating on the Holyfield fight. Now, yeah,
Are you serious?
Donald Trump and his son will be doing the commentary. There should be 4 fights, and they will be doing the commentary. They'll write the commentary, he and his son. And it'll be a Holyfield fight. That's something that you can Google it, find out, fact check it, look at your news, whatever. That's my little joke.
What does he know about boxing? Oh my God! Any way to get his name out there to stay relevant?
Well,
That's terrible.
I said to you, if you think that's funny, wait till you see Donald Trump make his appearance in the WWE. That's the World Wrestling Association. I'm saying to you, folks, remember my program is shared. It's not just for today's program. It's all the time, the week, the month, whatever else. It's here. And I'm saying to you again, Donald Trump will come and do something through the WWE, Worldwide Wrestling Association, because it's entertainment. Check that out, okay? I do have a special announcement I want to make now. This is not a joke. This is sincere, and this is something that we really want the family to hear and share this information and participate. The special announcement is we are asking our viewing and listening audience to tune in this Sunday, September the 12th at 12 noon to the TV show, A Spiritual Discussion, hosted by the Son of Man, to hear Mario Willis speak live from behind prison walls, proclaiming his innocence. You can view it via our app. Now I want you to check it out via the app. WHPR TV Now. Here's where it's at. 313watkins.com, channel 15.2, Roku, and on youtube.com, New Nation of Islam, and the call-in numbers, and you are welcome to call. We want you to call. That number, 601-909-9135. The access code 258055. For more information, log on to justiceformariowillis.com. That's JusticeForMarioWillis.com. That's Justice for Mario Willis. And family, we're going to prepare to take a commercial break. And after the commercial break, we'll come back with more and give you some greater information on the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 11. And also, there is a repeat broadcast on Sundays on station 15.2 from 8 to 9 p.m. That's Sunday nights. We love you, appreciate you. Please continue to share, and you've been doing such a fantastic job. And to my friends and for my Jones Asides family members that have been contacting me, talking about, can't we do some things? And Sheila, your text was just, it just made my heart feel so good. My members of Jones Asides that are calling me, texting me, I want to say I love you. And yes, I am considering bringing the Jones Asides back at this late stage, but we can do it, y'all. Can I make this announcement? I'm going to make the announcement. Have you heard about Zoom? Have you heard about Zoom? Have you heard about Zoom? Zoom will be here very shortly. In fact, Zoom is knocking on the door, which means wherever you are, however you're doing, I will be able to come and bring you to the family on Talk Beat Jones and talk to you on the air. Zoom is coming to WHPR.
You don't have to go anywhere because
we're going
this
to get ready to take the commercial break, and we'll be back very shortly. Thank you.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and
Tune in this Sunday, September 12th, 12 noon, a spiritual discussion hosted by the Son of Man, to hear Mario Willis speak live from behind prison walls, proclaiming his innocence. Log on to justiceformariowillis.com for more information.
Watch only on WHPR TV.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
There's been a lot of hesitancy in our communities of color regarding vaccination, and it's extremely important that our communities of color don't get left behind. We know that people of color are more heavily affected by COVID-19.
We were dying at higher rates and getting sicker at higher rates in other communities, and we need to protect ourselves.
I urge everyone to be vaccinated, especially my brothers and sisters. We just don't want you to be left behind.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
you wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and
This is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy Jones, and my partner in Detroit is, can I get your name, Miss Young Lady? Hello? Michelle?
Hello, I'm here.
I know you're busy, but I want to say my partner in Detroit is Miss, what's your name?
Michelle Brotus.
And our special correspondent from Oakland, California is Mr.
Leo Brazil.
Bad man. But you know, I am blessed. I am so blessed to have, to me, just a comet. You know, I remember the comet that was just blazing through the skies, just blazing through. I've got Miss Michelle Broton, who is just an outstanding political talent. And
Thank you.
yes, yes, I just have to keep saying that. And we're looking for some wonderful, great things when you decide on which area that you want to come in and help this community to move forward. But once again, before I do anything further, this is this important, family. This is important. You know, we've got all these folks that we see that have spent all of this time behind bars. Spent all this time behind the bars for a crime that they did not do. Didn't do the crime, and they still did the time. Family, we cannot just assume that because somebody says guilty, that our brothers and sisters are guilty. This Sunday, check this out. Special announcement. We are asking our viewing and listening audience to tune in this Sunday, September the 12th at 12 noon to the TV show, a spiritual discussion hosted by the Son of Man, to hear Mario Willis speak live from behind prison walls, proclaiming his innocence via our app, WHPRTVNow.com, 313watkins.com, channel 15.2 Roku, and on youtube.com, New Nation of Islam. Call-ins are welcome. 601-909-6, excuse me, let me start that last number again. 601-909-9135, access code 258055. For more information, log on to justiceformariowillis.com. That's log on to justiceformario.com, mariowillis.com. Leo.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had folks that you know of that were sentenced that you knew later, for whatever the reason, during your career as a lawyer, found that they were innocent, potentially?
No.
Okay. That's a good answer. You know, one thing I love about Mr. Leo Brazil is that I never know what he's going to say. Do you, Michelle?
No, I don't try to guess what people say, but I'm happy for the information, and I just love him bringing us the truth.
Yes, yes. And here we are, Ms. Broughton.
Yes.
Give us an understanding about the going back to school, and how is that going to be judged as time goes on? How will we feel it's been successful?
Well, in Detroit Public Schools, I'm just holding my breath and taking it a day by day.
Mm-hmm.
We already had one school that had to sit the entire football team down and cheer team. I guess 4 or 5 of them had COVID already.
Was that Renaissance? Renaissance
High School.
Yeah, that's the 12. They had 12 of their players came down after. The thing was that the team had been, the coach had been testing the players, and the players been having whatever, and they played the game in front of a crowd. And that's I'm just talking about what the coach was saying. And they came back and they tested and they found that they got 12 players. But the thing is, their staff, and don't quote me because I may have made a mistake in trying to recall this, but I thought he said that all of the coaches are not vaccinated either.
Okay, so that I don't know that for a fact, but like you said, the information's out there. So since it isn't a mandate for the coaches to be vaccinated, you just have to be careful. So I'm going to stop with that because that's not my school.
Thank you.
What I see every day with the other schools, so far everybody is safe. I see all children wearing masks, and I hope my high schoolers are getting vaccinated. If they're not, I see all teachers, I see staff, I see lunch ladies using the protocols. That means wearing a mask, using hand sanitizer, or sometimes a mask and a shield. So far, so good, but we still have to be so careful.
Yes. You know, and you know, it's just, I couldn't. I have no. I'm like you now. I'm cutting off. I have no further words with that.
Nope.
You know, we're at a different time. We're doing the best that we can to protect our children. But the fact of the matter is, the children have to be educated.
Yes.
They have to be educated. And what was your feedback from the children and the family members when the children had to be taught virtually?
They were sad because they actually couldn't connect with their friends in person, because small people, young people, they need the eye contact, they need that pat on the back, pat on the shoulder, they give each other hugs, things like that they were missing. A walk in the morning to school, you know, the fresh air, a walk home from school. It's just they need people. People need people unless you're a robot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it was difficult. If you have problems at home, problems like we don't have enough money, electricity got cut off, we don't have water. Now the kids are into adult business. They don't pay bills, I don't guess.
Mm-hmm.
But now they are not in a safer space for studying. So it's a hard thing to do.
And what about the food situation? You know, all the schools had that wonderful feeding approach, helping the children.
Well, as far as that's concerned, if they could get up to the school every day, we have to give the lunch ladies and the lunch gentlemen a great big hand, and I appreciate them because they were at the schools feeding the kids.
Yes.
In the morning, they passed out breakfast, and at lunchtime, they passed out lunch and gave them extra so they could have a snack in the evening. So the program was funded, and they were able to have access to food.
Okay. Thank you. And so, but now, academically, where are the students academically from last year?
Behind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the data. I'm not, because some parents will say, my kids and I work real hard and blah, blah, blah. Not talking about your child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, in general, the data. You can fact check it. You can look it up. The data says that our children are behind.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
As Leo says, any reasonable person would think that the children are going to be behind, unless you're doing that private, you've got the money to give your children private tutors, etc. May be different, but otherwise, they're going to fall behind.
Right.
They're going to fall behind because, Leo, you are an educator as well. Can you see your students back in that time being taught virtually with computers breaking down because the internet is going to go down, etc., to complete the work or the studies?
Yes, because I like Michelle, she deals with the youngsters. I cannot deal with kids, and so I never did, feel comfortable teaching the youngsters. I like a little bit more control, and so I get that out of community college and college students because we have a little bit more order, and therefore we can, discuss the kind of issues that I want to discuss. But the problem is this virtual learning is a new thing for the grammar school, for the smaller kids in terms of widespreadness. But it all started at the college level. So we've been doing virtual learning for a long time, and the Oasters, they have better computer skills and everything else, and so it hasn't been a problem. But for the youngsters down there, how do you get those computer skills? How do you get those computers into all those schools and everything that need to be? And then once you get the network up that can work, we're finding out that even for college students, if you can't get on the Zoom, you can't get the class.
Thank you. So the idea that great idea, great potential system, however, it leaves our children behind. somewhat.
Oh, it's going to dominate. It's going to dominate the next 10 years, but we're going to get computers out, and we're going to get the networks fixed and everything. It's going to get stronger. I mean, but the point is, right now, it's not working for those youngsters. Plus, they need to be socialized, and so that means they got to be around each other and learn the rules.
Michelle, would you talk about the socialization of your children and how
Yes.
important that is?
It is very important because they're coming away from their home and they have to learn how to get along and be respectful to others that are not their brother, their sister, their mom, their dad, their grandma. So Leo is correct. They have to be socialized.
Okay.
You can't get that at home.
Jumping into politics real quickly, Michelle Broughton. We noticed that the Detroit City Council did the meeting virtual. And do you have any information about what transpired at the meeting or the virtual meeting?
No, I have attended, not this past week, not since the announcements. I have attended. So the thing is, you can see it in the Zoom and you can listen to it like you can listen to it on the cable station.
Mm-hmm.
But participation is different because you have to let them know that you want to speak at the table, and then you have to electronically get the agenda before they have the meeting.
Yes.
So, it's different versus being in person,
Mm-hmm.
and it's constrictive. So if you don't do it in the right, then they don't hear you and they just talk.
I do have this question about this is, and Leo, even though you're not in Detroit, it's a generic question. While the folks who are on the city council and such as such as Gabe Leland,
Mm-hmm.
who was allowed to serve on the city council for an additional 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
What did the city council not allow him to vote?
He had all permissions. Just, of course, they go innocent until proven guilty. He had a case. We were almost pretty sure. Now everybody knows. But I kind of sitting in the back seat looking forward, they knew they were guilty. That's why they didn't want to highlight themselves. So they just don't look at me, we won't say nothing about him. He won't come my way. But it came their way anyway.
Yes.
So right is right. But when everybody's doing wrong, they stay quiet. You know that.
So when we're going through all of these particular situations that policies and situations that pertain to our community, and we got folks who are dirty. So are we saying that we can trust their opinions on these items, but their morality has shown that they can be convinced to do something that's dirty?
Right. So that's my point to the community. Since they won't police themselves, it's up to us. We put them, somebody did, somebody voted for them in office, and keep their feet to the fire. And I may not have been that investigative reporter to find out all the dirt, but we don't hold them accountable for just the things that are on the council table that they're supposed to vote for to make our community better. We just kind of let it happen.
So the folks who are on the council, as we're moving forward, and the items that come up that are important for Detroiters, these folks are still able to vote, and their votes are going to count in terms of how we're going to live moving forward.
In this city, absolutely.
So,
It's
it's kind of questionable. Leo, can you help us understand how a person who is sitting on a city council that the feds have said, we got you, we coming for you, can be allowed to sit there? Now, no, he's not. They say he's not guilty. Charges have not been brought.
That's the end of it.
That's the end of it. That's the way it works. And
accusations don't mean anything. Proof and procedures for presenting that proof has required. Every person has that due process entitlement.
So regardless of what the public are thinking, so regardless of what we're thinking about the situation, and the person who interprets the rules that the city council have stated that
Right.
there's no charges have been made. There's nothing that says they've done anything wrong that they are able to prove at this point.
Right.
So they are able to serve
we haven't had a chance to question the potential jurors to find out whether or not they've been taking cow dewormer or what.
Absolutely. You got that right.
So
we'll have to continue this next week. Because we are up against the clock.
Woo! Thank you, my partner. That's what I'm talking about. See this one. See now, Michelle, you're coming alive. See, you're stepping in, you're taking over, and you're doing the thing that Talk Beat Jones. We need that equal half. We need that equal half to step in because I didn't know what time was down. So, Leo, maybe you need
I'm going to say my goodbyes.
Okay.
And I will be back next week. Family, stay safe. Wear your mask. Tell your children wear their masks and pay attention to what's going on in our town, our surroundings, around the world.
Oh, and Michelle.
Yes.
We talked. I talked to the studio here. I talked to everybody here, and it says, listen, we've got the studio clean. We've got all our anti-whatever up against the virus.
Oh, good.
And
I can sell my pearly white.
Yes. So I'm saying to you is that Billy, and what I'm doing is not about the virus with my mask. I got something else going on. So, so for folks come in here and they want to be at the table and don't wear a mask, etc., you don't got to wear a mask. I'm fully vaccinated. I got, and so the people coming through, they're vaccinated.
Leo got to say his goodbye.
Yeah. So Leo, better say your goodbyes. I'm still talking.
Well, I'll see you later, and don't end up in the hospital on an overdose of dewormer.
Don't worry, I'll do a chase of some bleach. Oh, that's what Trump said. I can't do that. But anyway, family, this has been the Talk Beat Jones. Again, I am Billy E. Jones, and family, we certainly appreciate you sharing the program and loving the program. And, again, we invite you, if there are questions or situations that you have that you can't find an answer to, tune in, call us. I've got a great panel, and, I've got over 30, 40 years talking on TV. Talk to me. We want to hear from you on the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, every Wednesday, you got that? Every Wednesday from 10 to 11, we're live. And then you share, and it goes all over for the whole month or 2 or 3. And then we're on demand. Do you know I have almost 200 shows that you can go to on demand and pick up? But right now, I got to go. I am Billy Jones. This has been Talk Beat Jones. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Leo. Love you, family. Bye now.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. And